Hi guys, welcome to my FM19 Wonderkid Experiment as a striker. So what I've actually done is I have started a new game and I've gone on holiday for the first year, so we're now at June 19. What this then allows us to do is choose a regen player. So I've found one and I've actually got him starting his playing career at Chesterfield. Now, excuse the name, I know it's a bit corny, but it's Regen Wonderkid. He's actually English, but obviously with his Dutch name he's also eligible to play for Holland, so it'll be interesting to see which country actually chooses. Chesterfield are obviously in the Vanarama Conference, so just been relegated, so hopefully he'll be able to kickstart his career there and we'll see him get some first team action. As you can see, I've given him a basic contract, £200 a week, so that's about £10,000. Obviously he's still living with his parents in Chesterfield, Derbyshire. If we look at his other stats, his information, media have just got him down as a forward at the moment. If we look at his hidden stats, then as you can see he's 95 at the moment with a potential of 180. So obviously he will become a really good attacker. He's only 16, so doesn't drive yet. Like I say, lives with his parents. If we look at all his other screens, and obviously if you ever want to see any of these screens in more detail, just pause the game. He went on holiday to Bordeaux. That's obviously what I got him as from the regen player. So yeah, he didn't actually play for them. So before I fast forward, what I want to do is just have a look and see how the first season went with all the other teams. So I'm a Man United fan for my sins. So if we look at the Premier Division, last season City won it, surprise surprise, Liverpool second, United third. And if we have a look at transfers, this is just obviously for the Premiership. There'll be names here that obviously you know. Not a great deal happens the first season, to be truthful. Right, so what I'm going to do now is fast forward to the end of the next season. Not a great deal tends to happen when I've done this before in the first couple of years, but let's go and see whether he gets any first team appearances. Right, so we're at the end of the season. As you can see, Chesterfield, obviously even though they went down at the beginning of the game, went back up again and finished a respectable 12th in the league. Let's see how our kid did, literally. Right, so he had a really good season. Played 42 times for him, 18 goals, 2 assists, just under a 7 rating. So a really good season. If we have a look at his stats, I think it looks like, yeah, he's actually played International A. And if we have a look here, yeah, he was capped at under 19 level for England, so it looks like it's England who he's chosen. He's still on the same wage, £200 a week, so he's not had an increase in that, but I certainly would imagine that he will be moving on shortly. If we have a look at the Premier League, again, top 4, Liverpool won it this year, United third. Any interest in transfers? Oh, Icardi went to Man City, Isco to United, that's good. Neves left. As you can see, some familiar names again there. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to move it forward again another 12 months and let's see what happens over this coming year. Right, so here we are at the end of 2021 season. It's all exciting. Look, Chesterfield finished 5th. Is our guy still there? No, doesn't look like he is. Sold to Everton, 1.3 million. Wow. So, if we look at his history, yeah, it looked like at the end of the season he went to Everton. Didn't play for him, went straight out on loan to Ipswich. Played 40 times, 14 goals. Again, average just under the 7. Let's have a look and see what else we've got here. So he, as you can see, has been playing, looks like Wow, what's happened here? He's now playing for Morocco. So how's that happened then? So he went to Everton at the end of the season. He won the under-19s European Championship with England, but then Morocco stole him, jumped in, played his international debut for Morocco. Wow, we didn't see that coming. So now he's got a contract about £1,700 a week, so that's about £100,000 a year. So obviously he can probably still commute from Derbyshire to the Merseyside with Everton, although obviously he'll be renting now at Ipswich. So he's 18, probably got a nice car now, obviously on £100,000 a year. So I wonder what this next 12 months will bring for him. Let's just have a look and see what happened in the Premier. Liverpool, Chelsea, City, United. Again, pretty much as it was last year. United just crept into the Champions League. And let's just have a look at the transfers. Bentancur, Verratti. Brillembolo to Arsenal, good signing. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to actually fast forward it 2 years now, and let's see if he gets his first team debut for Everton. Right, here we are 2 years further on, so we're now June 2023 at the end of the season. Our young lad is now 20, he's still at Everton, valued at £46.5 million, so his value is really starting to ramp up now, and look at that, £67,000 a week. So that is probably around about £350,000 a year, so he's had a really big boost. Won't be living with his parents anymore, will have his own house, have his own car. His stats, as you can see, are really starting to fill in now. If we look at his history, so he's had 2 years at Everton since we last saw. Played 28 and 26, 14 goals, 9 goals, over 7 rating, just under 7. If we look at his milestones, so where were we? Here at Morocco. So he's played for the England under-20s, they won there. Inducted into the Everton overall best 11. He was then European Golden Boy. So in 2022 won the Golden Boy trophy, and then Everton actually won the Euro Cup at the end of the last season. And if we look, he's now gone media description to Wonderkid. If we also look at his international, it's Moroccan. I think he'll regret that ultimately, why he didn't choose either Dutch or English to play for Holland or England. Although, look, 27 caps, 19 goals, so he really is becoming an established player for them. And again, nothing much else on here. So he's really kicked on now. He's worth a massive amount. I would imagine any time now he's going to be leaving Everton, and one of the bigger clubs are going to pick him up. So what I'm going to do, let's move it on another 2 years, see where he's at in that time, and see what his developments have been. Right, here we are again then at the end of the 2025 season. In the Premiership, as you can see, City won it again, United finishing 5th. If we have a look for our lad, as you can probably see, he's moved again and he's gone to Man United. £140,000 a week, so he's on some really serious money now. He'll have his own place, big mansion house, he'll have a lovely car. And if we look at his history, after we last spoke he left, look, 75 million he went to United. Now he's not a first team regular yet, 17 actually both years, 4 goals each, and again just hovering below the 7 on the average rating. So I'm sure that this lad now is going to become an absolute superstar. His stats again starting to fill in. He's now described as a pacey hitman. became the most expensive English player at 67 million when he joined United. He's still been shortlisted. He's won the Charity Shield, and he's already been named in the Man United seasonal best 11. Still only won the Euro Cup with Everton. And I guess he's going to be disappointed because United only finished 5th in the last season, so they're not qualified for Champions League, so he's going to miss out on Champions League next season. Right, what I'm going to do now, because he's pretty much stabilised, I think, at United, I'm going to fast forward it, I think probably another 5 years, to see exactly what happens to him over that time, and we'll see where he actually progresses to. Right, so here we are now, June 2029, 5 years on, and as you can see, he's still at Man United. He's now classed as an elite striker, and if you look at his career stats, slowly but surely playing more games for United and scoring similar amount of goals but getting over 7 as a rating. If we look at his milestones, as you can see here, look, he broke the Morocco record for goals, promising footballer of the year, won the Carabao Cup, won the Euro Cup again with United, runners up in the Super Cup, striker of the year runner up, footballer of the year in 2026, won the Champions Cup, so that's obviously the Champions League, won the Super Cup, won the Club World Championship, broke the United record for the fastest goals, runners up in the Community Shield, a striker of the year again, won the Carabao Cup. He's now worth 71 million, £180,000 a week, so massive amount of money. Still only 26, 101 caps for Morocco, 91 goals. If we look at the past winners of the Premier Division over the last 5 years, City won every time, United runners up 3 times, so no one's been able to break the stronghold that Man City have had. If we look at Champions League, there you can see, look, 3 years ago United won it. It's been spread out pretty evenly over other teams over the last 5 years. So what I'm going to do now, obviously, is mid-career, so I'm going to fast forward it again another 5 years and let's see where he is in 5 years time. He'll be approaching the end of his career then, obviously. Right, so here we are now, June 2034. Our Wonderkid is now 31 years old. As you can see, his stats have pretty much levelled out now. He's on £235,000 a week, that's about 12 million a year, valued still at 77 million. If we look at his history, last 5 years, as you can see, consistently playing, consistently scoring, although it has tailed off a little bit. Still over 7s as an average. His best season was actually 5 years ago. Look, 29 played, 19 goals. For his country, I mean, it's absolutely unbelievable. He's obviously the best Moroccan player ever. 148 caps, 154 goals. Perhaps he did make the right decision playing for him. If we look at his achievements, again, this is where we were approximately last time. He's won the Carabao Cup again. He's won the FA Cup. Team of the Year. Champions League again, runners up. Runners up again in the Champions League. Won the FA Cup again, won the Champions League again, won the Super Cup. Club World Championship winners, won the Champions League again. So obviously he's had a really good career. Finally, here's his biography. So obviously pause on this page if you want to read more. I think it's been a really useful experiment seeing this young Wonderkid striker start his career at Chesterfield and obviously reach the top of his game at Man United. Please view my other videos to see other experiments similar to this one. Thank you.